Hey you, welcome back for another mutually beneficial tarot reading. Set an intention for this meeting. You already know what you want this reading to clarify. You attracted this reading and I'm cooperating with you. It's mutually beneficial. So as I pull the cards, use your intuition as well. Let us know any additional connections you made in the comments below this video. Okay, I'm going to clear the air. And get started. We are doing a body, mind, and spirit spread. We'll start with the basic human needs for self-actualization, physical, emotional, and then the actualization. And we're aligning them with the 7 chakras. So we'll start at the root. How are you feeling about your sense of security? We have the King of Pentacles. So you are feeling stable and grounded. You're feeling accomplished, and also that you have the charisma it takes to succeed. What I'm getting from this particular card, falling out in this position. You have what it takes. The king is also the king of earth. The king of pentacles is also very charismatic. This is aligning with the root chakra. Aligning with the sacral chakra, we have what needs to be taken care of for your health. We have the 9 of air, also known as the 9 of swords. The message is to refocus your thoughts. I'm getting the sensation that in whatever you are currently working on, in what area of your life you're working on it, you have had and still experience unfounded fears. And I feel like this is outside of your awareness, maybe subconsciously, because your sense of security, how you're feeling, is on top of the earthly world, right? The king of earth. Or maybe this is something that is coming in the future. But the feeling that I was getting is that there are going to be what seems like delays or setbacks. And my feeling is that those are, the delays and setbacks are Spirit helping you, the universe conspiring for you on your behalf. So it may seem like you've made a misstep, but there are no missteps. You haven't made a misstep. You haven't done anything wrong. Everything that is happening is guiding you towards your highest fulfillment. As the Nine of Water comes out, representing wish fulfillment all day, it's falling into the area of esteem, which aligns with the solar plex chakra. Your best quality and skill is that you are magic. You turn your dreams into reality. You dream it. You maybe even tell people, not even worrying about that old. When I was little, we used to not tell people things that we wanted because it would jinx it, but I don't believe that these days. And you don't believe that. You even tell people, this is what I'm going to do. And then you do it. Just like magic. Seems like magic. It is magic. Creative magic. So this is your best quality and skill, to make your dreams come true. But this you do with the whole of who you are. So you do it with your higher self, your whole self as well. That's how you're able to do it. Your awareness of your whole self and your connection to source. How do you create the love you need for the actualization? The belonging is aligned with the heart chakra. Love is the energy we need to actualize things that we want, because we can't actualize things that we don't want by putting our attention there or using the energy of fear. So be careful. How do you create the love you need? Whoa, that was so many cards. There were like three other, was it three? I went too fast. Looked like at least two other nines in that stack of cards. 999. The way you create the love you need is with the energy of justice. So being impartial, justice energy is impartial and objective. Objective means observable. So what you can observe. So being observant, being observant, standing up for what you believe. And hold on to your integrity, so you will win. Hold on to your integrity. Is standing out, so there may be opportunities where you are questioning the ethics of action that you are thinking of. But one of the ways that I measure the integrity of the inspiration that I get, because you can receive inspiration from, that's too many. You want to receive your inspiration from pure love, that is source. But you can, that's too many. Receive, okay, that's not too many. That's how many I need. Sorry. But you can receive inspiration from fear. So I try to act on inspiration that I receive from love. And you can tell where your inspiration is coming from by how you feel. So if you get a great idea to seek revenge and how to do it, that's not coming from a place of love. It might feel better than what you're feeling now, but keep going before you act. Make sure you act on inspiration from love. And so if you're feeling joy, then whatever inspired action you take is going to work out for your best and for everyone's best. Anywhere over the hump of contentment is going to work out for you. The further you are towards joy, happiness, empowerment, the more people involved it works out for. That's my belief that I feel like I've collected evidence for. So here is what you are manifesting. You're manifesting getting this weight off of your shoulders. You're manifesting getting this weight off of your shoulders. The actualization falls into the alignment with the throat chakra because we speak things into existence. So we have air on both of these, and this is telling me that you're wanting to manifest using your thoughts deliberately to your advantage, getting this weight off of your shoulders. I really feel like this weight is not in the forefront of your thoughts. It's subconscious. So you are vaguely aware of it. And it's not a small thing to be deliberate in your thoughts or feeling around for something that's under the surface and then manifesting, releasing that if need be. It's not a small thing. It's a very big thing. The illustration on this card is bringing to mind with these 10 swords in the basket here by the door, like umbrellas, that you have all of these truths to combat these worrisome thoughts, the worry in the back of your mind. You have all of these truths. You can take any one with you. You have so many to choose from to take with you. So you have the truth to set you free. Now the answer aligns with the brow chakra or the third eye chakra. This is what you're meant to learn. And we have the 3 of earth or 3 of pentacles falling in this position. The 3 of earth represents being an artist at what you do. I'm getting pay attention to the details. The details matter. So pay attention to the big picture, but the details matter. Hearing from this card that I can do this with my eyes closed. So perhaps when you're sleeping or napping, or maybe it's just actually really easy for you. And the energy that Spirit would like to bring into focus is the Two of Air. This card is giving me follow your own heart in the art, what you're creating, what you're working on. Make it art to you rather than trying to make others happy. That's how you make others happy. Pretending there is no problem. Okay, so the Echo agreed. The current focus of your mind is the Knight of Pentacles. This knight plans carefully before taking action. That's what we were talking about before, making sure that your action is from a place of joy. What popped into my head is there's a lady and she cleans and she throws out everything that doesn't give her joy. So throw out the things that don't give you joy. That's the thing that you are thinking might be a misstep, is you're having to throw some of it out. But look at the details. The details are why you're having to throw it out, right? So throw it out. That's not a misstep. Make sure it's beautiful to you. And in the body, you're feeling on a subconscious level, maybe even unconscious level where you're not aware of it at all. You're even on a cellular level. You're feeling the Two of Fire. So taking the next steps, bold and ambitious choices. Talks about partnering with others who share your dreams and expanding your plans. So underneath it all, there is a knowing that whatever is coming into union is for your highest good. Taking the next step. Oh, I was going to say, that's what I was going to say, that this Two of Swords usually represents a conflict, an opposition in thoughts, right? Because it's air, it's swords. So there's an opposition in thoughts, and usually the character in the illustration is blindfolded and they're having to choose without really being able to see. But this illustration, she's looking through a veil. So I feel like you're looking through the veil. You have access to look through the veil. And so you're feeling both of these simultaneously, and they're almost opposites. This is bold and ambitious choices, and this is expecting the worst from those choices, or expecting the worst from bold and ambitious choices. So you're feeling opposing energies just underneath the surface. You know that, and you're trying to dispel the one so you can be in complete alignment. Let's see if we can get a card from this deck directly from Spirit. Did I say that this lines up with the crown chakra? So it's what Spirit wants to bring into focus for you. I'm not sure if I made sure to say that. If you've been following me, then you already know that. But if you're new, welcome. Okay, so the message from Spirit is to lead by example. Lead by example. I'm going to take a look at the book on that one, because this is the first time I think I've pulled a message from this deck and it wasn't obviously aligned. Like this, we haven't been talking about leadership as much. I mean, the King, this is about, I'm hearing you are setting an example for others. What you are doing, what you're starting now is setting an example is going to set an example for others. Okay, let's see what the book says. If you are a spiritual seeker, then this card is asking you to practice what you preach. You can be well read on the practice of mindfulness, but if you don't walk your talk, then it means nothing. Be aware that what you think must also be what you project to others. You must be in complete alignment with your spiritual being and the connection to source energy. Be the person you want others to be, and never let a moment go by without taking advantage of it. When you show others kindness and compassion, this energy is attracted back into your own life. Then that creates a ripple effect that influences people even beyond your own sphere. As you contemplate on this card, think of yourself as a lighthouse and the responsibility that comes with guiding others to the energy of love instead of fear. Remember, if you believe a certain way but create a different energy with your thoughts, words, and actions, then you are not in alignment. So it basically just said everything. That's so funny, because I'm like, what? Lead by example. And it just went over all the points that I just covered, I feel like. Wow. Like, I can't possibly have them memorized. So some of the points, practice what you preach, walk the talk, that what you think must also be what you project. So we're talking about what you think there, and talked about the whole creating with love and fear. Where was that? Now I can't find it. You heard it. I read it. You heard it. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is get some clarifiers. What is the energy at the heart of the matter, sitting between the belonging, the actualization, and your esteem? What is the energy sitting between justice, the 10 of air, and the 9 of water? Okay, so we have the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. We have a scarab beetle. The central sun. And then we have the Akashic records at the foundation. So clearing old stories. I'm hearing the freedom to create something new. So I'm feeling that this is coming from old stories that need to be soothed with the truth. Old stories that need to be soothed with the truth as you know it now. Now you know truths that you did not know before, and you can use what you know now to simply, I want to say, vanquish these old fears that, oh, you've done something wrong, it's not going your way. You know that's not true. So you focus on the details. You'll be well paid for your craft. And you will be working with others. I was going to get clarification here and here. The energy sitting between lead by example and the 10 of air is karmic board clearing. Clearing energy, rewrite your story, and live your truth. Rewrite your story. For me, that means, so anytime something happens, how you feel about it is a matter of perspective and depends on what set of experiences you've had until that point. So, for example, one person might see a situation as bad, judge it as bad, while another person looking from a totally different perspective might judge it as the best thing that ever happened. So you can rewrite your stories by changing your perspective. So here's an example. Sometimes people die. We know that people are going to die, and there's nothing that we can do about it, and we have a choice how we're going to feel about it. Some people feel the need to celebrate the life. Some people feel the need to mourn the life. But even though people are mourning the life, sometimes those same people receive an inheritance. And from that inheritance, they start a new business, or they go on to do something that if that death would not have happened, I have goosebumps running up and down. If that death would not have happened, they would not have had these other things that they judge as wonderful happen. So then, by logic, that death was not bad and didn't need to be mourned. It needed to be celebrated. Now, other people think that you should mourn, and so oftentimes we mourn for fear of looking callous or, evil even, right? So my point is, the way you rewrite your stories, if you are triggered by whatever your new endeavor is and having unfounded fears, because they're unfounded because they haven't happened yet, right? But expecting the worst, you can soothe those fears by whatever memories are causing those fears. So you're remembering a time that you felt like you did get the worst, but what was the benefit of that situation? What did you go on to do because of that worst thing? And then focus your attention on what happened afterwards, what happened because of that worst thing. The thing you thought was the worst at the time was not the worst, because you are never alone. You are never being guided. Now, sometimes you are, acting from fear. And when you're acting from fear, your manifestation is going to look like something you don't want, but it is actually always leading you to the next step, because we don't get it done. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Now, I just noticed that this card is talking, as I'm talking about, you are never alone. This card is the Divine Matrix, and it talks about the interconnectedness of us all, including Source, the synchronicities that occur, and a word that I've never seen in writing but I love, which is the God incidences. So this would be a spinoff from coincidences. So co is you and other people together. A God incidence would be you and God together. Now they're all with God, but sometimes God uses other people as his direct messengers. Like a person will come in and give you the answer to a question that was ruminating on your mind, and you're like, whoa, what a coincidence. That's a coincidence. But when you get that answer directly from Source, maybe through a download, we were talking about downloads here in this card, and we were talking about it before with your eyes closed, so maybe in your sleep. So that's a God incidence, when you get your epiphany directly from Source, or your answer directly from Source. Let me go ahead and get one more card as the energy between the answer and the esteem. What is the energy between being an artist and being well paid, focusing on the details, and your dream becoming, no, not these cards. These cards push this over. They push the unity card. So perhaps the unity is going to be delayed, or not from the very beginning, just FYI. All right, and here is Seraphim's Gateway. This is voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. So again, a message of the divine coming in directly to give you new information and have you ascend a little bit higher. This is weighing you down a little bit, and you are currently actualizing the ascension, and Source is going to come in and give you, I'm thinking in your sleep, a next level of awareness. Abundance downloads. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, this is the chakra. Well, it could even be, this is the chakra that needs balancing. The voice, throat chakra. This is a chakra that needs not balancing. Well, yeah, fine tuning. So here, you might be able to see that there's a feather on this side, and then there is a star. Stars represent our wishes, right? And they seem like they're balanced, but they're not. The wish is a tiny bit, a tiny bit heavier, even though it's not even seated. Can you see this? It's not even seated on the actual scale. It's not seated. You see that? No. Anyway, it's just a tiny bit heavier. These scales aren't completely level. It's almost like it's levitating, but still a little heavier than the feather. And for me, the feather represents ease. So it's that much of it's so imperceivable. It's so imperceivable. But this fine tuning is going to bring in the next step of your manifestation. This fine tuning puts us into perfect timing for the next and the next and the next thing that we have been wanting, or opening the thing up so that we can see it's better than we even thought. It's better than we thought, you know. The thing that we're manifesting is better than we thought because it has a lot of things that we've wanted in a package. It's not one thing, then one thing, then one thing. It's a package of things, which is delightful. All right. So that is all I have. Take this message however it resonates for you. Look forward to components of this message showing up in the coming hours, days, and weeks in different ways. That's just how the law of attraction works. Until next time, remember, you and you alone create your reality.